What's going on, everybody? It's Destiny Malibu and my co-host
DJ Desi.
We are so excited to be live, finally premiering the Destiny Malibu podcast at the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. And we are so excited to be here. If you guys are new to the Destiny Malibu podcast, it is a mental health focused podcast where we talk about something that I feel like a lot of times goes under the radar, and it's something that not a lot of people talk about. And living in, Sin City and all of the fun and all of the, good times in Vegas, it's important to get a little in there about mental health. So we're so excited to be partnering with the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas and talking about this really important topic. So something that we have been discussing on the Destiny Malibu podcast is something that we consider here kind of like the pyramid for having really quality mental health, and we call it the 7 pillars of mental health, which are self-love. We've been talking about it. You guys can go back to the previous episodes and kind of get an idea of how that works and these pillars that we're talking about. So talking about self-love, we're talking about purpose, we've been talking about social life, the importance of quality social life, exercise, food, and today we're going to be talking about the 6th and the 7th pillar of mental health that we are so excited to be discussing. And the 6th one that we're going to be starting with is going to be about therapy. So therapy is something that is so pivotal to having quality mental health. And both Desiree and I have been in therapy, and it's something that has really improved both of our lives.
Yeah. The first time I actually started my first session was last year in 2021 when I had just gone through a breakup. I was 28 years old and I was like, what is going to happen in my life? I don't know. I don't know what's next for me. And I needed someone to talk to. And so I reached out to a therapist, and I reached out to several, and I found the one that worked for me. And she was absolutely amazing. She helped me realize that I don't need anybody to make me happy, and I figured out how to do it on my own. So I am happy and single, and I'm living my best life.
I'm single too, in case anybody's out there. And just therapy is something that is such a beautiful addition to your life. We were just talking to our friend Christina over here. She was saying she is in the mental health game, and she goes to therapy once a week. I've gone to therapy, and it has improved my life so much, and there's so much you can learn from having a therapy session. And I think sometimes, you hear people, and I've told people before, who have thought about going to therapy but are unsure, like, oh, why would I need therapy? Like, why am I going to pay someone money just to, talk? Like, that sounds really silly, right? Like, why would I need to spend my money that way? Why would I need to do that? But the beautiful thing about therapy is that it helps us to figure out what is it in our lives that either consciously or subconsciously could be affecting us still today. Whether it was, a divorce growing up or a childhood trauma or an experience you had, talking is the number one prevention when you're struggling with mental health. So when you're talking to a professional, sometimes you might go in there thinking that you're going to be helping one area of your life that you think you need help with, and discover there's a whole nother area that you had no idea that you could tap into and discuss and learn about and grow from, and figure out what it is in your life that could be contributing to some of potential struggles that you might be having today. So we really want to, encourage you guys to seek out talking to a professional and really getting that help from someone who's trained. And if seeing a professional at this time in your life is not something financially you could do, or it's not something in your schedule that you can fit in at the time, there's so many amazing options out there. There's companies like BetterHelp, which is online therapy, which you can do for a fraction of the price, which is a really amazing company. And if doing individual therapy sounds a little too intense at first, there are different types that you could step into. There's group therapy, which I think is an awesome one.
Yep.
Because sometimes, if you've never done it before, it can feel a little intimidating to step into the room with someone and just talk about your whole life story. But in group therapy, it's a really nice introduction to being with other like-minded people and people who also want to grow and develop and, increase their quality of their mental health. So there's group therapy, there's family therapy, there's couple therapy, there's also pet therapy, which I'm a really big fan of. And if you didn't know, the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas is a pet-friendly hotel. So if you guys have pets, you can bring them here. And I'm missing my doggies right now. I wish we would have brought them. I don't know
why we didn't.
They're being babysat right now, but I'm missing them, even though we only stayed here for 2 nights. But Desiree was telling me a little bit how something about
at my previous job at managing a WeWork building, there was a lady, and she's all like, did you know that miniature horses are pet therapy? And they are the cutest little things. And she brought it into our building.
Oh, she actually brought it in?
Yes.
Oh my
and
gosh,
she did a
I'm
whole
jealous.
tour with everyone in the whole building, and the little horse just giddy-upped all around. It
Oh
was
my
so
gosh.
cute.
I'm so excited that Desi told me this, because now I have so much ammunition and reason for why I need a miniature horse. If I didn't already have that already. So that's now, I'm going to be
Mom,
searching
Dad.
for one. I'm going to be searching for one, and we're going to bring it to the Virgin Hotel. And so it's really cool to know that even if meeting with a professional isn't something that you are wanting to do at this moment, literally there's even pet therapy. Having a pet around in your life and, just having that energy from an animal is really, really, really healing.
Yes, because they really do feel your emotions. They know when you're sad, they know when you're angry, and they give you unconditional love. So I definitely recommend doing some pet therapy.
Yes, that is one of my favorite ones. I can't wait to go home and hug my baby doggies. And another thing we want to talk about is, if talking to someone right now is not something that you are looking to do at the moment, there are also alternative therapies. There are things that you can do to strengthen your mental health that seem simple, but a lot of times are overlooked. So, things like journaling, taking a bath, self-care, which can also cross into another pillar that we were talking about before, which is self-love. And just taking care of yourself and finding things that you can incorporate into your life on a weekly basis that feel therapeutic, that improve your quality of life, and improve your mental health is so, so, so important. And something else that I wanted to touch on is the importance of also nutritional therapy. And this is something that I also feel gets overlooked a lot of times. And I want a little disclaimer. I'm not a doctor.
Neither am I,
Deserves-
even though I want to be one day.
One day. She's working on it.
Dr. Desi.
Yes. We're not doctors. So anything that we share with you guys, make sure that you are consulting with your physicians. Make sure you're consulting with a professional. But we're here to, be your online best friends, be your Vegas girls, and talk with you guys, hang out with you, and discuss things that have really helped us and have worked for us. Mental health is something that hits home and is one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this topic. Hello! We've got some people in the audience. And something that I've always been really passionate about, because I myself have had some struggles. I'm an artist. I'm an extremely emotional person. So, I have had my down moments in my life, and I've had close friends that have also really, really struggled with mental health. So this is something that I'm extremely passionate about, and I want to share with you guys what has helped me, because it took me many, many years to figure out what methods and what things that I can incorporate into my life that would actually really, really help me.
Right.
So one of the things that I want to share with you guys is the benefit of nutritional therapy.
Yes.
Something that I found fascinating is quite a few years ago, when I was really struggling with my mental health, I actually went to go see a doctor, and I was like, hey, I think I'm going to need to be, starting a medication or something. I don't know what to do. I'm at a low point, and I think I need to seek out some serious help. And something that my doctor told me was, she was like, okay, no problem, we can absolutely do that, and there's nothing wrong if we need to do that. She's like, but let's get your vitamin D levels checked, vitamin D3 levels checked, because I have seen, she told me, many people struggling with mental health where they get their vitamin D levels checked and it ends up being low. And I had no idea that this was a thing, and I feel like it's not talked about enough. So I want to read to you guys some of the symptoms of having low vitamin D levels. So having low vitamin D levels can also be very similar symptoms to clinical depression. So it can be mood changes accompanied by overwhelming feelings of sadness or hopelessness, fatigue, forgetfulness, loss of interest in activities that previously sparked excitement, anxiety, loss of appetite, excessive weight loss or gain, trouble sleeping, and more. So if you guys are experiencing any of those things, I encourage you to talk with your doctor and consider getting your vitamin D levels checked, because we went and got mine checked. Sure enough, they were low. And so I started supplementing with vitamin D3. And every single week to this day, I go to Regenerate Medical Concierge in Vegas, if you guys are in Vegas. And I get vitamin D3 shots every single week. And I cannot tell you guys how life-changing. I mean, when I say life-changing, like literally for me at that point in my life was, the difference between me wanting to continue my life or not. And it literally changed my life, just getting these vitamin D supplementation. So again, I'm not a doctor, Des is not a doctor. Check with your physicians, but I encourage you guys to, get that checked. That might be something that could be low, that can a lot of times be overlooked, and it could literally save someone's life. So I really want to share that with you guys and emphasize like how important it is to get those vitamin D3 levels checked, because even though we're in Las Vegas and we're in the sun, vitamin D typically comes from the sun. It is in some foods, but mostly from the sun. And
like in like Seattle or London, where it's gloomy and cloudy all the time, a lot of those tend to have lower mental health because they're not exposed to enough vitamin D.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually statistically a very common thing, that people in areas where it's gloomy a lot, where it's raining, that there actually are higher rates of mental health struggles and depression and that type of thing. So, for me personally, like even though we're in a sunny city, I don't go in the sun that much because, I'm trying not to get wrinkles. I'm trying to protect my skin, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, there's pros and cons to everything. Yeah. That literally could save someone's life. So I really want to emphasize that to you guys. That's a really important one. Basically, we just want to let you guys know that this pillar of therapy is so important. There's nothing to be ashamed about of seeking professional help. Talking with somebody is so beneficial for your mental health and can really improve your life so much. Get those vitamin D levels checked, because it was life-changing for me, and I think it could be life-changing for a lot of you out there who may be struggling. And make sure you come to the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, because we care about mental health here. We're all about the fun, we're all about the partying, we're all about having a good time, but we also want to make sure you guys are mentally, doing good. So we're here to be your family. Yes. We're here to, be your online friends, and we want you guys to be a part of the Destiny Malibu podcast community. And, you can go to destinymalibu.podcast.com to learn more information. And we've got some acoustic music coming up right now. I am an artist. I am a singer as well as a podcaster. Desiree's a DJ. Hey. We've got some musicians here with us, and we're going to be singing some music for you guys. So make sure you check out my music. It's Destiny Malibu. And my Instagram at Destiny Malibu. We're always talking about, music and going over things mental health with the podcast. So give us a follow, and we're so happy to be hanging out with you guys. And we're going to
end it with our mantra.
Yeah, we're going to end it with our mantra, the Destiny Malibu Angel Squad mantra, which is something we like to say because it brings us together, and it's a really important message to remember. So if you know it, say it with us. It's, if you hate me, I love you. If you love me, I love you even more. You are not alone, and we are in this together. So we love you guys so much, and we will see you on the next episode. And we're going to be doing some music for you guys. So we love you.